guy, or at least
True Opinion Podcast.
Hey y'all, welcome to this episode of the True Opinion Podcast. I'm your host, Adontaus, and today I want to talk about this kind of new thing that's going on. I don't guess it's not new. I just want to talk about this phenomenon of canceling, the cancellation policy of the Black community. So, if y'all don't know what I'm talking about, it's kind of like this thing that we do or that is done, usually starts online where most things live and die these days. But someone, a celebrity, a public figure of some sort, does something that is questionable, it's in poor taste, illegal. We don't like it. And so after debate about it, or sometimes without even debate, people just say, you know what, this one's canceled. Canceled, 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 by done. So canceled means that you're not going to support this person, whatever field or industry or part of the industry that they were in, you are not going to use your powerful Black dollars to support them anymore. If they're a music artist, you're not going to buy their music or go to their concerts. You're not going to wear their fashions. You're not going to go see their movies. You're not going to listen to their podcasts, buy their books. You turn the channel when their TV show comes on. So canceling is effectively like a boycott. It's a boycott. And which I find ironic. Maybe we'll touch on this later because Black folks swear boycotts don't work. But okay. Anyway, so the cancellation policy. Is it good? Is it bad? Like, what responsibility do we have to protect people in our community? Uh, should we apply the same rules to Black people as we apply to other races? Should the same rules be applied to people that are applied to entities or companies? Like, how does this whole cancellation thing work? I mean, it's a lot to unpack, and we'll talk about some specific people and maybe some businesses and see how we feel about it. So, all right, let's get into it, y'all. So, off bat, like one of the first people I think I really paid attention to being canceled. I don't even know if the term was really being used then, but if you remember when a certain president stole or won the presidency, he had an inauguration ceremony and he was desperately looking for someone of color. His team was, he about didn't care, was looking for someone of color to perform at his inauguration event. And many artists said that they had been approached and that they had instantly turned them down. No amount of money. No, I'm not doing it. No, no, no. And then one Chrisette Michelle said, okay, I'll come sing for y'all. And she did. And she was instantly dragged across the internets by the Black community. Just, the blogs, the boards, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, just dragged. And people could not believe her. And, decided that they weren't going, collectively decided that they weren't going to support her because she went against what most of the community as a whole felt was she went against what most of the community as a whole felt. That's just it. We don't like Donald Trump, don't perform for him, and she went and did it anyway. And then she went on kind of this apology tour where she didn't apologize, but she tried to explain her reasoning, and she wanted to be a bridge and start conversations and talk to the man and let him know and blah 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 and la 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 blah blah blah. And none of those things happened. I mean, clearly there was no harmony brought about by Chrisette Michelle performing at the inauguration. So if you want to know like an example of who got canceled, wait, when, what, that's a good one. I think almost everybody heard about that because it was national. It went a little outside our community because she performed for the new president at his inauguration ball. So, like I said, mostly everyone heard about that. But one thing I want to know is, well, I don't want to know. I had someone say to me, and dipping back into the R. Kelly controversy, there was a conversation that I had with someone that said, wait a minute. But while we are muting R. Kelly, meaning not playing his songs, his stuff is not on streaming platforms, not going to concerts, not buying tickets, not supporting, which is effectively canceling R. Kelly. What about the responsibility we have as a Black community to protect our legends and to protect their music, their legacy that they have left? Music, that music is power, it's money, and shouldn't that money still be made? Money gets us power, and we should protect people because of that. In the same light, the same thing was said about Bill Cosby. That show was in syndication. It was still making money. Money is power in the Black community. Um, he should not be canceled by the community or by people as a whole, because money is taken away from us. And we will not build wealth, we will not build power in any of these industries without that money. I think that was the argument. And to that I said, well, I kind of don't give a fuck. Because in this case, I would think that the cancellation is accurate. Because while, people say, well, we have to protect the art, separate the art from the man, protect the art, protect the art. Well, to me, if you are an artist, and this goes across the board, you have an obligation to protect your own artistry. If you are a legend, you have an obligation to protect your own legacy. Don't leave it to me. I've already helped you. You've created, you have the talents, you created the songs, or you have the talents, you created the TV shows, the opportunities for other people. You've done it already, and I've helped you by supporting you. I've helped you by listening to your music, watching your shows, whatever, buying your clothes, whatever it is that you put out there. I have consumed it. I have used my dollars to support you. And to me, in return, what you owe the people who support you in return is some sort of ethics or moral code, or just basically not to be out there doing fucking stupid, dumb, reckless shit, not to be out there wrecking people, and then want to run back to us and say, but y'all support me. Y'all love me, embrace me, help protect me. They just trying to tear me down. And I think, no, 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 no. You tore yourself down. You had the backing of, you had the support of your community, Black community. In both those cases of those gentlemen that I mentioned, you even had reach beyond the Black community. And you chose to take that influence that you had, that trust that we gave you, and you turned it around on us. And you used it to victimize other members of our community. So this is the problem that I have in those situations with protecting our legends, protecting their legacies. One, like I said, you didn't protect your own legacy. You didn't care about it yourself because you engaged in this behavior. And two, I cannot protect you if that means that I am not supporting someone else that you victimized. These women, these people that were victimized, they are no less. They are important in this community as well. While you are on the upper tier, you are making money and you are a Black person that is, revered and respected. They are here in the neighborhoods, in the communities, doing the work of living, just trying to live and survive this life, being a Black woman. In the case of R. Kelly, a Black woman or a young Black girl. These are potential mothers. These are sisters. These are daughters. These are granddaughters, cousins, aunts. These women have a place in this community and these families, and the they are going to go on and endure. They are going to go on and try to make families for themselves, to try to get a job and be productive members of society. But you have done something that has stunted them, that has tried to break them, that may perhaps keep them from doing the things that they want to do to help uplift our society here on the ground. Here on the ground, the people in these neighborhoods who go to work and try to teach their kids, try to clean up the communities, these people are important. And these are the people that you victimized. So that's why I can't get on board with this protect their music, their art, because you had all the support in the world. And we can say that you had all the access to all the mental health help in the world. You have more access than people who are struggling every day with undiagnosed illnesses and do not know how to cope. You have it and you never sought it out. You let these demons consume you. You didn't listen to people around you. When you got away with it, you didn't stop. You felt more empowered to keep going on and doing it. And to me, that is why, in the case of R. Kelly, the cancellation is well deserved. It is well deserved. And I don't think that he deserves to make any more money off the community that he victimized. Now, there are many people that disagree with me. That's okay. I disagree with y'all, but we're all humans, and everybody is definitely entitled to their own opinion. But like I said, I can't support you knowing that you have done such heinous things to the community. And an assault on black women is an assault on the black community. It's not a man and woman thing. It's not they trying to tear down this black man. Well, this black man spent many years tearing down young black girls and black women. And just because he's black, we can't just give him a pass, you know? So in the case of Bill Cosby, the same thing. You victimized women of all colors. You victimized them. You chose to use your position as an industry figure, as a father figure, a harmless old man who tells some jokes, to it is just heinous to drug and assault women. And now the community is supposed to rally around you because we have to protect our legends. Again, you didn't protect your own legacy, sir. You didn't. You took advantage of your position in the world, took advantage and used it to hurt people. And like I said, I can't support you if it means not supporting the people that you hurt. Whether or not they deserve jail time, I mean, I believe they do. And that's also a matter for the law to figure out. Bill Cosby's fate has been decided. R. Kelly will have his second day in court, and they can figure that out. But, for me, it's a no, it's a cancellation. In those instances, I think a cancellation is deserved. Now, there are some other people. Okay. And this one, maybe I'll come off a little hypocritical. I don't know. I'm still working my way around this one. There is a comedian, goes by the stage name Jess Hilarious. And very recently, as of this recording, if y'all don't know, like Friday morning, so this is Monday morning, Friday morning, I woke up to the news that 49, and I think now the death toll has risen to 51 people have been killed at two mosques in New Zealand while they were praying. A gunman came in and opened fire. Horrible, terrible tragedy. I mean, I can't say enough about it. It is truly disgusting and hateful. So yesterday, Jess Hilarious, my husband told me, oh, Jess Hilarious is trending. Why, husband? Well, because she made some men in turbans get off of a flight saying that she was afraid of them. And instantly, I just like went in. Like I went off and I was like, how dare she? Like, not that it's ever a good time or an appropriate time to do that, but just when the world is dealing with the in your face homicidal hatred of Muslims around the world, as evidenced by this attack on these mosques, she turns around and does something so utterly disgusting and stupid as to have some. And then who the fuck are you to have anybody removed from anywhere? Like really, girl? Like, because you're scared of them, you had them removed from the plane and then talked about it like it was no big deal. Like, yeah, okay, I'm not gonna say she talked about it like it was no big deal. Because in all honesty, full disclosure, y'all, I ain't watched the video because I just didn't even like the way she looked in the video. This fucking hair wrap, the way she was moving, something she was holding in her hand with a string on it. What the fuck was that? The way she was moving her fingers, I didn't like it. I never turned the volume up on the video because I was just like, oh Jesus, my blood pressure. Lord, I'm working on it. So I didn't. But I read a lot of the comments in support. Most were not in support of her. Were not in support of her. And then it was people, all races, religions, men, women. A lot of people came out against her. Hold on, take a sip. So here comes the cancellation talk. We about to cancel Just Hilarious. What does that mean? Oh, she does a lot of comedy shows I see from her Instagram press releases. I don't know. She travels around. She's a stand-up comedian. She does a lot of comedy shows. She's on the Rail show on Fox. Not sure if that still comes on. I mean, that show, it was alright. She was alright in it. But people were like, canceling her. Cancel. She's done. She's canceled. Bye. And she replies like, y'all could, all the racism we as black people endure, y'all low lives could never cancel me. Something to that effect. I have the quote out of order, I'm sure. But that was kind of what she said about it. So I'm going off about it to my husband. He was like, yeah, I know, but don't we have to protect our black women? Don't we have to protect our sisters? Ain't that what you say? And I'm like, listen, yes, sir. Don't turn my words against me. First of all, you don't listen to half the shit I say, then you want to come throw that back in my face. Then it's like, okay, yes, we have to protect black women. We have to protect our sisters. But again, just like with the last scenario, just because you are under the black umbrella does not give you the right to fucking act a fool and then run back behind or run back up under the umbrella for our protection. You can't do that. You have a responsibility. You are a public figure. You have a responsibility in this world to move in certain kinds of ways, like not in a hateful type way. That was just, it was ignorant. Ignorant meaning you were uneducated about these men. First of all, they were not Muslim. But even if they were, you still had no right to have them removed from anything. They were Sikh. They were wearing turbans. They are a peaceful religion, a peaceful people, and you inconveniencing these individuals because you felt afraid. Like, I don't even know. This is the thing. Because she's a comedian, one, I don't even know if she really felt afraid or if she was doing something because she thought it would be funny or she thought it would be fodder for her act later or something. As much as she performs and works and travels, like, I have a hard time believing you've never been on a plane with someone who dresses or identifies as Muslim, even by, I have a hard time believing it. And then now you have them removed from the plane. The first fucking thing is, if you were that motherfucking scared, you get your ass off the plane. You get off the plane, bitch. You do. And what, you felt like you was Captain Save-All? You was going to save everybody on the plane by making them get off because they were going to hijack it and do what? Y'all were probably going to fucking... Okay. I don't know where they were going. So I'm not going to disparage one part of the country and act like no terrorism could happen there. But all of that is beside the point, because you didn't have the right to do what you did, sis. You were wrong. If you felt afraid, you should have gotten off the plane yourself. And you racially profiled someone and then did it incorrectly, and then, like, didn't really like apologize. Like, she said some shit like, I'm not racist, we got Muslims in the family, I didn't know what they was, don't be mad at me, teach me. Like, don't yell at me to teach you. You a grown fucking woman, you're a public figure, you out here, you need to educate yourself on fucking shit, especially before you just start doing reckless shit like this. Like, that's so wrong. It's so wrong. It was so wrong and so disgusting that I was just really beside myself. But then again, I got my husband in my head, but aren't we supposed to? So I told him, like, yeah, listen, we are supposed to. But you can't just do bad and then ask us to protect you. You have to take some responsibility yourself. So I think it would have been nice for her to, if she doesn't already have a publicist, or even just somebody with some fucking sense, call them up and say, hey, I made this really egregious mistake. I thought it was going to be funny or whatever, or I was afraid and I did something, and, like, I'm getting flamed for it. Like, I'm sorry. And, like, come, please, like, kind of come help me figure this out. Have someone to draft a very heartfelt, eloquent statement expressing your apology and talking about how you would do something to kind of educate yourself or make this better. Something. That's how you react. Not coming out on the internet screaming in all caps about how black people are discriminated against and how you not racist because Muslims. Like, girl, you sound like white privilege, but you in the wrong skin color. But that's the shit that they say. Like, you cannot. You have to be contrite. You have to show that you are sorry. Unless that's being contrite. But you know what I'm saying. Like, that's just not the way you do things. And then, to me, it's kind of like, all right, y'all, follow me on this. Like, the way she comes out, because she also had an incident where she used a homophobic slur to address someone on the internet, to address a male on the internet. And in her response to backlash from that, it was kind of like, I know people that are gay, and I love them, and I love gay people, and he came at me, so I came back at him, or whatever. Like, oh God, that is not the way you respond to things. It's not. So she has a history of not the best initial reactions and not the best responses when people come at her. She does not take responsibility for the hurtful things that she's done and said completely. And I think in that case, she does need to be taught, because what you sound like using those, well, you did it to me, well, you said it to me, well, we as black people experience racism. I know Muslims, I know gay people, I love them. And you sound like you ready to put on a MAGA hat. Because that's what he does to rile up his supporters. He reaches down to the most base, racist people in the country, and he says the right things to rile them up and to get support. And you are reaching out to those in our community that listen, we have some shit to face. There's still a lot of homophobia in the black community, but you reach out to them. There's still Islamophobia in the black community, and you reach out to them. You say these things to get those people on your side, to rile them up, and then they come out on the internet supporting you and attacking anybody else. And that's not cool. That is a white supremacist, white privilege based type reaction. And it's just some fuck ass shit to boot. So, like, that ain't cool. And if you really want to be taught, if you really want to have some conversations, if you really want to know, like, this is wrong, and there are much better ways to go about that than putting it on Snapchat. Teach me in all caps. There are leaders, there are people that you can reach out to, there are places where you can go to get this type of education if you really want to know, instead of just reading comments. So, do I think she should be canceled? Um, I would say, you know, I always keep it as real as I can with y'all. And I'm gonna say, I mean, I guess it comes off hypocritical to say, but what she did wasn't illegal. It was in bad taste. It was very damaging and disgusting. Was it illegal? I mean, because to me, illegality, like, unless it's like a weed charge, I feel like you kind of like fucked yourself. She fucked herself in this, but I think it came from stupidity and ignorance. Um, I don't know. Even with the homophobic comments, I think it came from stupidity and ignorance. I don't know if she's really homophobic. Maybe she is, but I think that this is an opportunity. If she truly wants to learn, if she really wants to change, and she does the work and reaches out, then I think this is an opportunity for someone to be educated, to be corrected, and to go out into the world with a new kind of um just go out in the world and just not be an asshole. And I think that would be good for us. Maybe some members of our community we don't have to throw away. Maybe she can go under a program of education and correction, and she can come back stronger. And she is kind of a public figure, and she's traveling around and meeting a lot of people, so this could be an opportunity for some good to come out of a disgusting situation if she's willing to reach out. So I don't think we should cancel her. Maybe we should pause her for a second and kind of see how she comes out of this. If there's nothing done to really educate yourself so that you don't do things or pull stunts like this, if you don't react to negativity on the internet with slurs and things, then okay, we can put her back on full play. But maybe if there's no work done and she continues to have this pattern of behavior, I mean, this is twice that I know about. Maybe we can do the 3 strikes you're out kind of thing. Then maybe then a cancellation should be in place. But right now, like I said, I think maybe we should put her on pause, educate, correct, and see how she does. We'll see. Um, Another situation where a cancellation conversation has gone into effect, or I think it kind of got started, but maybe gained no traction. Everybody's favorite singing ass auntie Gladys Knight performed the national anthem at the last Super Bowl. And, there were some people saying, oh, I don't want to have to like cancel Auntie Gladys or whatever. Um, now she is truly a legend. I don't approve of football because of the whole Colin Kaepernick scandal. I don't approve of the national anthem and football because of the kneeling protest that they say is against the flag and against the troops and against America, like that whole dumbass narrative they push. I don't approve of any of that. I don't partake in any of it. And I fully recognize that the NFL purposely tries to recruit people of color to dance and perform and sing at their events to try to say like, hey, black people do still love us. The same way Donald Trump tried to find a black artist to, or his people tried to find a black artist to perform at his inauguration, say, hey, we're good with the black folks. So recognizing all of that, I do feel like, and even, Travis Scott performing, though I think, uh, is his fan base even black? Now that he dating that girl, I don't even fucking know. But I mean, I don't know. And then again, here comes some bias coming into play because I like Gladys Knight, and I don't want her to be canceled or people not support her after this long illustrious career that she has. So what's the answer on that? I don't know. Even Travis Scott, maybe because Travis Scott, because I don't care nothing about him, and Gladys Knight because I do like her. But I mean, I don't know. I would say a more debate would probably have to happen about that. But also, there are NFL and NBA games and games of all sorts going on all over the place where black people sing the national anthem. Celebrities and just people who sang alike. And so, what do we do with that? What do we do with it? I don't know. I don't know. I honestly don't. I think nobody should watch football. I do think that. But what do we do about these performances? I don't know. I don't know. So jury's still out on that cancellation or that situation. I think Travis Scott is doing fine though. I'm sure Auntie Gladys is doing just fine because honestly the people on the internet who talk about canceling are not the people that are buying tickets to, a night with Gladys night at the Ameristar Casino. We're not buying the tickets. So it's really neat. I guess not even our conversation to have because our dollars, I don't think, are powering her career like that at this moment. So I don't know. Maybe that's left to her generation then? I don't know. Another couple people, let's talk about Steve Harvey, which let me tell you something. Full disclosure, I don't fucking like Steve Harvey. I don't. I ain't liked him since that Think Like a Man, Act Like a Lady book because I don't know if I said this before, but I fucking hate when men try to tell women how to act. Don't talk to us. Don't tell us how to react to y'all being stupid and ignorant and dumb and bad people and playing games and being abusive and all this other old dumb shit. Don't tell us how to act better for y'all fuck asses. He should have wrote a book like how to think like a man and act like a man. A guide for men. That's what you should have wrote. But you probably shouldn't even wrote that book because from what I hear about your personal relationships, you was kind of an asshole as well too to your first wife. So, don't really like. I hate any man, all men who try to tell women what to do. And you want a man to do this, you need to act like that. Or ladies, you need to be blah blah blah. Fuck you. Talk to men and men exclusively. Let ladies correct ladies. Y'all correct yourselves. But anyway, so this fool was another one who went and took a visit to the head Cheeto in charge, thinking that he was going to get some um, resolution, some help, some something for the black community. And then in Chicago, when he in Chicago, boy, if you don't get out of here talking about what needs to happen in Chicago, move the fuck around. I think Steve Harvey should have been canceled. But again, a lot of the older aunties and shit like Steve Harvey, I don't think many people in my age bracket would be buying. Do he even do stand up comedy still? I know he got like 50 jobs. I don't even think he does stand up comedy. But I know I don't watch his show. I don't listen to his radio station. I don't watch Family Feud. So that's what I know of him, and I don't partake. Because one, don't tell women what to do. Two, I ain't got it for nobody who go and stand up and take pictures and smile with Donald Trump. Like, you allowing yourself to be propped up for what? He don't give a fuck. You over exaggerate your own importance. You're not helping anything. He doesn't care. Nothing good came out of it. You are a photo op, and you fucking betrayed your community. Yeah, I say it, betrayed your motherfucking community for what? For nothing. So to me, cancel, done, out of here. I don't like him, and maybe that's a little hypocritical because I ain't like him from in the first place. But I didn't like him, and I just, he was nothing to me. But to me, the whole Donald Trump visit was a smack in the face. Now, Kanye West also makes a habit of going and clucking in front of Donald Trump and wearing the hat and saying the things and looking the way or whatever. And I know it's unpopular to be from Chicago and say Kanye is canceled or you done with Kanye. But I am from Chicago and I am sick of his fucking antics. I'm sick of him. I am sick of him. I'm sick of everybody who has these unpopular opinions or these controversial, these I'm playing the devil's advocate type of opinions or conversation, and they say the most stupid and ridiculous fucking things just to spark a conversation or debate. You are not the one. It is not your place, and you are not the one. So knock it the fuck off. You just out here sounding stupid, and you're out here giving fuel to people who are already ignorant and have ignorant fucking thoughts about this community. So, do I think Kanye needs to be canceled? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Was Kanye a musical pioneer? He pioneered a sound and a look and, did some things in hip hop that were not done before. Yeah, all that, all that. Did he kind of help put Chicago really on the map? Sure, all that too. Is he now acting like a goddamn clown? Yes, he is. He is. And he can still make a bop or two or, lay down a nice track or, have a nice verse or guest verse on whomever's song or whatever. But really, I'm just done with the clowning and the buffooning. Like, really? I don't know what it, and so many people, oh, it's mental illness. You have to reach out to him. No, I don't. No, I'm sick of it. If you are experiencing um some sort of distress, mental illness, like I said about R. Kelly and Bill Cosby, you have all the access in the world to get you some help and to shut yourself away in a room and not talk to nobody and not make any public statements about saying crazy shit and doing crazy shit while you deal with your shit. You can do that. It is a lot of people out here that cannot. That mental illness for them is like having a cold, something you just have to live with and get over because you got shit to do. And it is not fair. It's not right. Mental health should be taken as seriously, and everybody should have access to it regardless of insurance, regardless of pay scale. Everybody should have access to help for mental health. But the reality is, not everyone does. But you do. So the fact that you want to claim mental illness as a reason for why you do and say a lot of the dumb shit that you do and say, I'm not buying it. I don't care about it. Get it the fuck out of here. Like, you need to get some control over your life. And I don't think that he believes the stuff that he does and says is problematic or that is hurtful. And a lot of the times, I don't think the rants he feels like he goes on have any effect. And, I don't know what's going on with him. But I'm tired of it. And I prefer not to partake in it. And I wish other people wouldn't either. But, you can't make decisions for everybody. But I feel like Kanye is definitely one where I'm tired of hearing from him. Like, he needs to go sit down somewhere. Um, Liam Neeson, everybody's favorite white old man action star is definitely in my book canceled to the max. I hate to even say his name because right before his last movie came out that tanked, he made a statement. He told a story about nobody asked him to tell this story. He just told this story to worldwide media that a friend of his was raped. She said it was by a black man. So he went out into the streets with what is essentially like a crowbar or like a jack or something for a car, like a crowbar, like a yeah, I think it was like a crowbar. Looking for any black person to kill, anybody to start some shit with him so he could just beat them to death in the street because his friend had been raped by a black person. So, sir, even though, he says this was 30 years ago, and oh, it was so long, maybe even 40 years ago, and oh, I'm not racist, this was so long ago, I've learned from it or whatever. Listen, I don't care if you told that story, you ain't learned shit. If you thought it was okay to talk about how you wanted to, you attempted to instigate the murder of a black person because you felt angry, you have learned nothing. You have learned nothing. The fact that you at one point thought that it was okay, that because you were white or because you were white and angry, that it would be okay for you to go out into the street and murder some random person who more than likely had nothing to do with the horrible attack on your friend. That is utterly disgusting. So you hold every black person accountable for the actions of one? Is that what you're saying to me? So anybody could be accused, murdered, held responsible for something that one person does. I don't like it. I call racism racist. I call foul. And I will not be watching Taken 14, They Took My Mama, or whatever the fuck. I'm not watching no more of the Up All Night, Run All Night, Take Me, Take You. None of those movies that are essentially all fucking alike. They're all the same goddamn movie. I'm not watching them. No more. And honestly, I will say that I enjoyed a Liam Neeson film, but I won't be watching it anymore. He's canceled. To me, he's canceled. And I think that is a good reason to cancel him. So the last person I want to talk about with who had a pseudo cancellation, I guess I could say, was Taraji P. Henson. Oh, don't turn it off. Keep listening. I know we love us some Taraji. We love her. But this is what she did. A while ago, not too long before her new movie came out, What a Man Wants, I think it was called. She did this thing. Well, maybe we'll wrap her and Erica Badu into it as well. Okay, so she posted a video of her putting hashtag mute R. Kelly. And then all these responses, all the hashtag, the number of hashtags that were in use with posts or tweets or whatever that said mute R. Kelly. And then she erased that. Like, okay, y'all see how many that was? Now look at this. Then she put hashtag mute Harvey Weinstein. And there were like 2, if there were any. And that was the gist of the video. And I'm just like, oh God. One, why would you do this before you have a movie coming out? Because of course what happened is the internet started to drag her around, drag her for filth. People were talking cancellation. We done with her. No more watching Empire, no more Cookie, no more Tyler Perry movies, and we certainly ain't going to see this new fucking movie. So now she did come back and say, like, this don't mean that she support R. Kelly or that she don't think, he should be held accountable. She did come back and try to clean it up with that. But one thing to me that was so damaging or problematic with that was that you tried to equate two things that were not related in that sense. If you wanted to, you tried to create a fake discrepancy or a fake what am I trying to say? You try to further this narrative of this black man being persecuted and having more attention put on him than a white man. Like they were being treated unequally. And to me, that is so damaging because one, it's not true. I think the fact that R. Kelly already had a trial and was acquitted, even though there was a videotape and he used the "it wasn't me" defense, like really, and he was acquitted. And then it took 10, maybe 10 plus years later for another tape to surface for women to feel like it was okay to come out to tell their stories, for them to even create this docuseries and that it would be taken seriously. It took a long time for that to happen. And one of the reasons why it could happen, drum roll please, is because of the hashtag Me Too movement, because of the hashtag Time's Up movement, which was started was not started in response to Harvey Weinstein, but gained tremendous momentum and um oh god, it really came to the forefront. Like it was just everywhere because people started to come out about women started to come out about Harvey Weinstein, and they told their stories and they used hashtag Me Too. So like he did it to me too. And so many of these early stories, so many of them were about Harvey Weinstein and how he treated women in the industry, how he assaulted them, how he raped them, how he stifled their careers because they would not grant him sexual favors. Me Too and Time's Up. Big, huge shift changing, momentum changing, game changing movements were um a lot of it, especially in the beginning, was centered around this controversy with Harvey Weinstein. So don't say that he is not getting attention. Don't say that R. Kelly is being more persecuted than Harvey Weinstein is. It's not true. A enduring movement of Me Too that is changing the way women are looked at in these public spaces in Hollywood, in corporate America. This movement was born here, and it's going to keep rolling on and on and on. It really has the potential to change um, just everything, a lot about how women are treated and how victims are treated, how survivors are treated, and whether or not survivors are believed. So for Taraji to kind of try to go and die on that hill, I think it was incredibly stupid. Incredibly stupid. Does she deserve to be canceled for it? No. I would say no. Does she deserve to be chastised for it? Like that little movie I don't think did super well. Sure. Should she be another one up for the education and corrections corner or education and corrections list? Sure. Yes, she should. Now, Erica Badu. Now this lady. And I loved Erica Badu. I really did. Everybody loves Call Tyrone. Everybody loves it. But she had the nerve to come to Chicago, which is the epicenter of the R. Kelly controversy. She was doing a concert, which she stopped the concert. Nobody asked her anything. She stopped the concert to just let everybody know that that was her brother. She loved him unconditionally and she was going to keep loving him. And then when she inevitably started to be dragged through the mud by her head wraps or dreadlocks or whatever she's doing with that hair right now, listen, y'all don't understand what unconditional love is. I'm saying that no matter what he did, I'm still going to love him. That's what unconditional love is. And y'all know what I hate? When people try to talk to us like we are all so stupid and they are the most intelligent and enlightened folks around. Y'all don't know what unconditional love is. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. And if you have unconditional love for that man, if that's your brother, please keep it to yourself. You can do that. That's fine. If you want to call him privately and support him, you can do that. That's fine. But do not come to the city where he committed most of his crimes, where he preyed on these young women and girls, and tell the crowd how you just love him unconditionally. Like um, this episode in history with R. Kelly is really Chicago is really divided. And we don't need them on outsiders coming in throwing fuel on the flames. Okay? So just and Erica Badu has been problematic in the past, saying things like I remember there was some controversy. She was just kind of saying like, girls need to dress more modest because, a man gonna be a man. Like he gonna look at them no matter what. And I was, oh God, here we go. And we're not gonna get into that debate here. I'll just say that to me, adult men have the responsibility not to be fucking pedophiles and not to lust after young girls. But no matter what they're wearing. But that's all I'm saying about that. But so she has been problematic in the past, and I think just that. So do we cancel her? For me personally, it's like it's a yes. Like I don't care about nothing else she has to say. I've unfollowed her on social media platforms. I won't be rocking out to any Erica Badu or whatever. And to like I said, to me, I'm tired. I don't want to hear no more from her because it irritates me and it gets in my spirit. Like, how can you have such a platform? You have daughters. How can you have such antiquated, idiotic views? So that's what I feel. But so here's the thing. This is what I do want to end this with saying this. As far as cancellation goes, I know we kind of participate in that on a black community type of level where we say, this person is canceled and then everybody proceeds to, not support them anymore. I think that we should start maybe to, because this is kind of what I do on a I choose as a consumer where to spend my money, how to utilize my time, how to support different people or artists or things through streaming or whatever. I choose that. And everybody as a consumer has the right to choose how they spend their money and how they support people. So I think when it comes to cancellation, maybe on a more one-on-one basis, we as consumers choose to support people and entities that are in line with our values. You know, I think when let me say this. I think when racial things happen, like Starbucks, when the employees call the cops on those two black men that were just sitting in there waiting, like Waffle House, when they called the police on the girl who just wanted plastic silverware, the police came and tackled her and had her breasts all out and everything, and she was arrested for wanting plastic silverware. Gucci for their blackface, Montclair for their blackface, red lips things. Well, entities like that, we can choose as a community to say, you know what, we're not going to support you. And then even as individuals, you have the right to say, I'm not going to support Starbucks. I'm not going to support this, that, and the third. But also, maybe we give each other as individuals more room to really individually decide what we are going to support and what we're not going to support. And then we don't really have to crucify each other for it. Like I said, I'm done with Erica Badu. Y'all don't have to be done with Erica Badu, but I am. I would appreciate I respect your right to not be done with her. You may want to separate her music from the kind of fuck shit she says sometimes. That's fine. I don't think, you know, I mean, I feel like, it's certain people. Kevin Hart has done and said some crazy fucking shit I don't agree with. I don't care if I never see another Kevin Hart movie. There are millions of comedians out here that we could support and uplift other than Kevin Hart. So personally, my dollars, I won't use them to consume Kevin Hart products because my values aren't in line with some of the things that he says. And that's my personal feeling and opinion, but I don't put down anybody else who feels like they still want to see him act a fool on the big screen or listen to his kind of funny comedy specials. That's you. So the point of all that is to say that in our community, we need to give each other the space to make our own personal uh that train of thought just left and it went on without me. We need to give each other the space to make personal decisions about who we will support and won't support without attacking each other for our decisions and opinions. That's what I'm saying. All right. So, do y'all agree or disagree? Let me hear. Twitter, True Opinion Podcast. Send me a tweet. It's trueopinion.com, trueopinionshow.com. You can find me there. Oh, as always, I love talking to y'all and talking to y'all about this stuff, and I would love to hear back from you. So that's it. Who have you decided to cancel? Should we be canceling people? Should we not? Should everybody just decide what they want to do and leave all this mob action cancellation shit behind? Let me know. Or at least think about it. Talk about it. All right. That's it. Bye, y'all.